Okay, we have a horizontal line with our t-square right there. Let's do a vertical line. Triangle on top of the t-square, that's a scalene triangle, receding line. Place a point in the center. Go to the left. Switch direction. Go to the right. Okay, now the line going to the right is going to be 14 centimeters, which is 140 millimeters. The line going to the left is going to be 6 centimeters, which is 60 millimeters. Place a point at 6. Okay, we have a horizontal line with our t-square right there. Let's do a vertical line. Triangle on top of the t-square, that's a scalene triangle, receding line. Place a point in the center. Go to the left. Switch direction. Go to the right. Okay, now the line going to the right is going to be 14 centimeters, which is 140 millimeters. The line going to the left is going to be 6 centimeters, which is 60 millimeters. Place a point at 6. The height of the base, we're constructing the base, that's 20 millimeters, which is equal to 2 centimeters. Get that receding line. Make adjustments with your eraser. Another receding line going to the right. Draw a vertical line intercepting that receding line from that measurement you have there, which is 14. One from the 6. Vertical line intercepting, creating the base. Draw a receding line from corner going to the right, one going to the left. You now have the base. Find the center, which is 3 centimeters. Draw a receding line, which is the center line. From that end, measure 4 centimeters. Get your scalene triangle, draw a receding line. Measure from the center, 20 on that side, 20 on that side. Draw a receding line from those points. We're going to measure another 20 centimeters from the center point on both sides. Put your 20 from the center, 20 from that. So we end up with that square in the center. All 4 corners. Isometric square. Make adjustments with your eraser. You can clearly see that isometric square. That's where we're going to use our circle template to get the isometric circle in the center. Alright, that's a French curve, has isometric circles. We're going to draw vertical lines from the midpoint going up. We're going to measure 4 centimeters going up. We're going to measure 3 centimeters and then 4 centimeters, but the maximum height is 4 centimeters, and then we measure 3, that's 3 centimeters from the midpoint going up and 4 centimeter mark. So place a point on that vertical line, make adjustments. We're going to create center lines on those points that we make on the 3 centimeter mark and the 4 centimeter mark. We're going to create center lines. Alright, move to the front. From the center point, make lines. We could have just extended the receding lines from this end of the square right there. From that point, vertical line measuring 2 centimeters going down. Measure 2, place a point at the 2, make adjustments. Extend that line going backwards. Okay. So we're going to draw center lines from that mark on the vertical. Testing it with the circle template, that's how. Okay, so you notice you have some marks on the circle template. You have to fit those marks. So we're going to draw a horizontal line inside the isometric box. So those two marks will match that horizontal line, and the vertical line will be matched with the vertical marks. Extending that line, so we're going to match that horizontal line with the horizontal marks, and the vertical lines, the vertical line with the vertical mark. We're going to scribe our circle very lightly using construction lines. Make any necessary adjustment. Trying to clean up the drawing. Okay, so from that point, 3 centimeters, then from the midpoint, 4 centimeters going up. So we're going to create receding lines that represents the center of our circle. So we need at least 5 circles. Get your horizontal line from that point, match the horizontal line with the vertical line. Okay, as shown. Trying to extend that line going up so I have enough space. So you match those points on the circle template with the lines that we have drawn. So you can get the circle in the dead center above the next one. Okay, good. So we have 2 circles. We have 3 more circles to create using those circle templates. This is 25. So we're going to create a smaller circle. We're going to match those points again. We have 4 marks on the circle template, vertical and the horizontal. So match the horizontal and the vertical. Scribe your circle lightly. You should end up with a circle inside of a circle. It's an isometric 3D circle. Okay, make adjustments. So we're gonna go to the 4 centimeter mark now. Another set of receding lines from that point. Okay, you have to keep track of your lines though. Draw another horizontal line. So we're gonna match that horizontal and the vertical from the 4 centimeter mark. Create another circle above those circles. Go in with your smaller circle template, match the lines again, just as we did previously. Okay, so we have 5 circles now, so we're gonna make adjustments. So from the edge right there, blend that circle from the edge, blend it with vertical lines so it appears to be a cylinder. I'm gonna go over, match the lines again, brighten that portion of the circle. Why is that dog barking, bro? Dread. Okay, from that center point, go vertical touching the first isometric circle. Do another vertical from the inside, from the small circle, touching that line and that portion right there. Okay, so we're gonna brighten from there, right there. And then move to the top circle. Wanna brighten all the way to the right there. Okay, let's use a smaller circle template. What portion are we gonna brighten? Okay, I'm just gonna brighten that half of the circle right there. Just half. And then we're gonna brighten, start from that point, go all the way around, right to right there. And make some adjustments. Okay, alright, good. Nice. You can make your little adjustments. Okay, so watch the video carefully. Measure 20 from that point. 5 millimeters on both sides from the center line. Draw a receding line right there. The slope has a thickness of 10. Okay. From that center line at the top, we're going to measure 5 millimeters on both sides. Connect the slope manually with that 5 right there. Okay. Measure 6 millimeters from the left coming up. Adjustments where necessary. So from that point right there, 3 centimeters, draw your center line. Please excuse the noise, the background noise. The dogs are barking. I don't know. Measure 3 centimeters. Okay, so from the center point, measure 13.5 on both sides. Brighten that side. We're going to use our compass to transfer those measurements on all 4 sides. It's just a shortcut. You could take the long route to measure using your ruler, but I decided to use my compass to transfer those measurements. So I was trying to use my divider. Then I said, nah. That's a divider. It transfers measurement, but I said, okay, let me use my compass. So open it to, put your compass point on the center, open it to that half. That's half right there, put it on the center line. Scribe some arcs to cut the line so you can place a point on both sides. That line measures 26 millimeters. It should be 27, so it's 13.5 on both sides. Transfer those measurements on that line. Yes, welcome to Earth. You'll hear dogs barking and cars honking. Okay, we're going to connect those lines manually without the T-square because they are not at a 30-degree or a 60-degree angle. Draw vertical lines to intercept with that receding line. One there, another one, and another one. We're going to brighten that portion. Use our T-square to draw the horizontal line. Well, use our T-square to do that one as well. I'm going to make some adjustments to that. Use your T-square. Get it across so it looks parallel. Receding line with your scalene triangle. Extend that line to intercept right there. Make your adjustments. Now we're going to create a smaller octagon on the top surface. Then we're going to transfer that measurement 5 centimeters above. So from that center point, measure 2 centimeters, 20 millimeters, same thing. Use your compass. Going to transfer that measurement, open it to that 20. You don't have to do it twice. Scribe arcs, small arcs on the center line. Then you use your pencil to create those points. You could do it the long way, as I said. Create a isometric square inside. Bam, bam. Oof, waff. Now we're gonna, from that center point, measure 9 millimeters on both sides. So from that point, 9 millimeters going that way. From the center again, 9 millimeters going this direction. Brighten that line. We're gonna take the same procedure from the center point. Open your compass to the end of the line. That's 9 millimeters. From the center, that's 9. Okay. Just making our lives easier here. Okay, put it right at the center, scribe an arc on that line and on this line. Place a point both ends. So that line is 18 millimeters, but we had to split the measurement using the center line. So 9 on both sides, 9 millimeters on both sides. Use that center point. Scribe an arc, scribe an arc. Good. 9 millimeters on both sides. You could have measured it with your ruler, but I decided I'm going to take a shortcut. Always work using construction lines because you don't know when you're going to make mistakes. Connect those endpoints manually with your tool. That's the octagon right there. The center. Alright, let's move on. From the midpoint, we're gonna just making a little adjustment so it's easier to unscramble. From the center point, you're gonna go up 5 centimeters. Measure from the center point there. Going up 5. Place a point at that line. Erase any extra. I'm gonna create another set of center lines on the 5 millimeter mark. So slide your scaling triangle both directions. Right, from the center point, we're gonna measure 20 millimeters on all. So from that center point, 20, just like what we did for the one below. Make some marks, open your compass to that 20 so you don't have to measure twice, just transfer that measurement. 20 on all fours. Construct your isometric square. Roof buffer. Make adjustments. So we have all 4 corners right there. Make adjustments. We're going to construct a second octagon. So you can measure from the midpoint 9 millimeters, 9 millimeters on both sides. Get your compass, put it in the center, open it to half of the line, which is 9 millimeters. The compass right there. Swing. Swing. Okay, do the same on all fours. Place a point, place a point. Your scaling, right that line. Both sides, both sides. Brighten that line. Then we're gonna connect the endpoints. Just like that. One like that. One like that. And that one. Then we're gonna connect the corresponding ends so we can form our hexagonal prism. Sorry, our octagonal prism. It's a prism. If it's not matching, do it manually. Use your straight edge. If it's not matching with your T-square, they should correspond. So I shifted the T-square a bit because it wasn't corresponding. No, nothing is perfect, and I guess that's the finished product right there. Make your adjustments, erase some of the lines on the inside so it appears to be a solid object. Brighten those lines.